Back at it today with another video, as today we're going to be looking at 5 prospects who I think could make a huge impact in 2023. Quick disclaimer before we get into the video, I'm not going to be including any prospects who have previous major league experience. Even if it's just a couple games, I know I'm nitpicking with this one, but I just want to keep it clear cut, 5 prospects who have yet to play in the big leagues that I think could make a big impact next year. The first player we're going to be looking at today is Anthony Volpe of the New York Yankees. Volpe was drafted 30th overall back in 2019, and ever since then he has dominated. Last year, in 132 games between AA and AAA, Volpe hit .249 to go along with 21 home runs, 50 stolen bases, and an .802 OPS. Volpe is all around one of the most talented prospects in baseball, as he currently ranks 5th in all of baseball. And with the Yankees not having a clear-cut shortstop for the future, I think Volpe is going to be up early next season at worst. I personally believe Volpe has proved everything he needs to prove in the minor leagues, and I think he should get called up before opening day, but that's not my call, and I think the Yankees are going to give him a couple weeks in the minors before calling him up mid-April. So Volpe is definitely going to get the call to the big leagues next year at some point, and he's going to be a famous pick to be the Rookie of the Year in many people's eyes. Moving on to the next player, I have Grayson Rodriguez of the Baltimore Orioles. This is one player I hate to put on this list because I had him on last year's list. I was fully expecting him to make his debut in 2022. But unfortunately, injuries didn't allow him to do that, but when he was healthy, he dominated last year. In 76 innings last year in the minors, Rodriguez posted a 2.62 ERA to go along with 109 punchouts in only 76 innings. In my eyes, he's clearly the best pitching prospect in baseball today. And considering he's 23 years old and all the minor league experience he has, I think he's going to get called up early next season. And with Dean Kramer being the best starting pitcher for the Orioles last season, Rodriguez has a great chance to immediately slot in and be the Orioles' ace. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting about John Means, I just think Rodriguez is special. Moving on to the next prospect I want to talk about today, I have Taj Bradley of the Tampa Bay Rays. Bradley is currently the 20th ranked prospect in all of baseball, and he's the best prospect in Tampa Bay's system. And last year between AA and AAA, he did not disappoint, as in 133 innings he posted a 2.57 ERA to go along with 141 strikeouts. Bradley is similar to Grayson Rodriguez in the sense that he has filthy stuff, and one day I think he's going to be able to strike out 200 batters easily. He's going to be 22 years old at the start of next season, and while he might not get called up on opening day, I think he's going to be called up eventually, and I think he's going to make a big impact. Moving on to the next prospect, I have Bobby Miller of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Miller is currently the 26th ranked prospect in all of baseball, and he's going to be 24 years old at the start of next season. So I definitely think Miller is going to be on the Dodgers at the start of next season. As for his 2022 numbers, in 112 innings he posted a 4.25 ERA to go along with 145 strikeouts. I know those numbers don't stand out, in fact they're not great, but I think Miller has a lot of talent and I think he's going to put it together. Especially being on a team like the Dodgers, who is notorious for developing their prospects very well. And with the Dodgers starting rotation being so stacked, I think Miller is going to have to settle for a relief role to begin, and I think he's going to strive in that role all year long. And finally, getting onto the 5th and final player of today's video, I have Ellie De La Cruz. De La Cruz is definitely the most raw prospect on this list. He may not make the majors in 2023, but if he does, I think he's going to have a huge impact. Right now, he's the number 14 prospect in all of baseball, and he's going to be 21 at the start of next season. And last year, between high A and AA, in 120 games, he hit .304 to go along with 28 home runs, 47 stolen bases, and a .945 OPS. So this kid clearly has a lot of talent, but he also has a lot of hurdles. Being on the Reds, he's going to have to compete with fellow top prospect who is also a shortstop in Noelvi Marte. He also struck out 31% of the time last year at AA, and he's not the best defender over at shortstop. So De La Cruz does have a lot of obstacles standing in his way, but if he does get called up next season, I think he's going to have a huge impact, and I think he's going to be a very good player for Cincinnati down the road. After all, he did hit 28 home runs and steal 47 bases in only 120 games last year, and I don't care what level you're doing that at, that's extremely impressive. Alright, so there you have my 5 prospects who I think are going to have a big impact next season. Let me know what you guys think down below, anything you agree with or disagree with. And as always, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching and continuing to support, and I'll see you next time.